this next piano restoration or piano legacy project for piano restoration giveaway is titled Witness to Life, which is, I think it's pretty cool that he titled it. And I haven't seen it yet. And it looks like he's doing it in kind of documentary style, at least from the first picture that I'm seeing here. So we'll see about that. I love that. That's Witness to Life. That's such a perfect kind of encapsulation of what pianos are. They've witnessed, you know, if pianos could talk, they've witnessed the current generation. They've witnessed the 90s and the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, and I mean going all the way back to, looks like this piano was probably manufactured about turn of the century from based on those curves. So I mean, it's witnessed a lot of life. It's seen the Depression, it's seen World War II, it's seen World War I. It's witnessed. Check it out.
I am entering this piano restoration sweepstakes in honor of my parents and the generations of memories tied to our family piano. For decades, this piano has been a cherished centerpiece in my parents' home, inspiring a love of music, creativity, and connection.
Okay, you might not be able to read that. It says, our piano, one, so Act One, I guess, or maybe that's just a line, I'm not sure. Okay, our piano was the heart of our home as a symbol of joy, perseverance, and community. Music became a family tradition that extended beyond the piano. Tommy Smith. That's the entrant.
My experience with the piano started, my experience with music started a long time before I got the piano. As a child, our families were both musical, and so I grew up taking piano lessons, but and I did some with that, but I did more with music or with singing. And in high school, I sang a lot, and in our religion, we have a blessing that's given when you're a young adult, so to speak. And in that blessing, it said that I would be able to affect a lot of people through music. And at that time, I thought that it was singing because that's what I was involved in. And, you know, and I thought that was pretty cool. But it ended up being more about playing the piano than in my life than it has been about singing, even though I still enjoy singing. So when I was first married, when we were first married, my aunt offered this beautiful piano that's behind me that has a date of 1898 in it. And anyway, she was going to trade for another piano. I wanted to know if we wanted to come up and get it. I was so excited to have a piano. And so we took our truck and we went up and got it. And it was on the hill streets in Salt Lake City, Utah. And so I cannot honestly remember how we got it down her big hill. I think it was kind of a miracle that it was able to get down the hill and to our home, and there it's been ever since. So that's been like 37 years ago that, you know, we received this piano.
So I guess it makes it approximately a quarter-ish of its life it's been with her. So I mean, 37 years is a long time, but that's only a quarter of the piano's life. And so what else has it seen, you know, in the other 3/4? Okay, piano represents more than just an instrument. It embodies our family's legacy of music, faith, and service. We hope to see it restored so it can bless future generations. Rachel Manis Smith.
So the piano has been well used. So, and I wish that I knew, like I said, it has the, I mean, we haven't done anything with the finish. I think it might be the original finish, but I'm not sure about that. So
looks like
I don't know if you can see it a little bit more. It has kind of the ornate detailing on it, and down at the bottom, and it has, you know, the original Schubert pedals, and the plate where the pedals are. And anyway, so like I said, all of that seems original. We don't have the original bench with it.
Yeah, it's very rare.
But like I said, I think the piano is exactly as it was. So, from what we can tell. The keys are all intact, but some of them just sound terrible. Let's see if I can, you know, you can tell they're not hitting the strings exactly right. They stick D, E and D will stick, so they'll get stuck and then you'll have to play either E or D to unstick the other one. Let's see. So here's the inside. It says up there that it was Piano Company New York.
The video is pretty compressed, but from what I can see here, everything looks original. I mean, it's very blurry and hard to tell, but maybe there's been a handful of hammer shanks. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hammer shanks that have just kind of been patched up to keep it going. But from everything else that I can tell, those tuning pins definitely look original. The action is all original. Strings are original.
So, like I said, everything's pretty. I know you can't. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that's better.
Show you a little bit more. It's pretty intact.
It doesn't look like, it looks like the work to kind of keep it patched up and working. Those hammers don't look like they were terribly well done, unfortunately. And it's hard to tell again from the video, but maybe some of the weapons as well have had some work. They're not in a nice, neat row like that.
The mechanisms, there's just lots of broken kind of pieces that need an expert to actually be able to fix it, to bring it back to its, you know, true glory. So.
My mother often said the goal was to give every child that wanted it the experience to create music, to feel that light in their life.
I got approached that I could teach piano. Felt very unqualified to do that. Still feel unqualified to do that. And but I said that I would do that for, I think we decided $5 a month, so that I could teach this little girl piano. And so that's where it started, and I ended up teaching lots and lots of students for about 20 years. And they would come and ask, and like I said, I didn't feel necessarily qualified to teach, and so I didn't really have like a set, you know, I'll charge this much, you know. I just wanted all my students to have a really good experience with the piano. And so I did everything in my power to help that be the case.
She's got a good heart.
I was able to, because of the situation that I was in, I was able to offer piano lessons when I was approached to people that just did not have the means to afford to take piano. They just didn't have that opportunity. And I had quite a few students that were in that category. They would find a piano at a yard sale, an electric piano or something like that, and then they would be excited about playing, but like I said, they didn't really have the means you know, to afford a huge amount in piano lessons. And so I felt really, really great about being able to help them have that opportunity. It's excuse me, it enriched my life a great deal.
Restoring this family heirloom would preserve its history and allow it to continue its mission of bringing joy and inspiration through music.
As our 3 children were
Born to bring us joy.
born and raised,
Okay.
they went twice a week with me to this incredible special
Oh, those
ed
are fun
unit
pictures.
that had these just incredible students. And they became friends with them. So then when they went to school, they were already friends with these kids that had, you know, numerous challenges, but they were not scared of them because they had done music with them, and the piano allowed me to do that. Interestingly enough, all 3 of our children were able to help in various different ways as they got older with people that had disabilities. And so like I think that was, you know, instilled in them from a really young age. And having the piano allowed me to do that, allowed us to have those opportunities. Our children and my husband have all played and continue to play. We're not necessarily the best in the world, you know, we're not accomplished pianists by any means, but it has brought just so much joy into our lives. And I'm so grateful that we've had the opportunity of having this beautiful piano. We've never done anything to it as far as any of the finish, restored it or anything like that. We left it as is. It's been just a huge part of our family growing up, and now our grandchildren play, and I can't imagine our family being who we are without it. Mm-hmm. So that's our small story.
Well, she's a woman with a good heart. What a just like pure goodness. And there was a let's see, where was it? That right there. That gives you another clue into who she is. She's sugar, spice, gingerbread baking community, cakes, breads. Yeah, she's a cookie grandma. What a sweet woman. And yeah, the piano is central to I think her identity and the identity of the family.
The center of the home.
And it's I think it's rivaled for being center of the home by this guy right here, but I think for all intents and purposes, this is the center of the home. It's great.